Hello and welcome from the European Parliament's latest plenary session here in Strasbourg. This week saw impassioned calls for the completion of the EU internal energy market. Meanwhile, legislation was also adopted to help curb insider trading and to give the European Central Bank greater supervision over EU banks. This week also saw the final State of the Union address by Commission President José Manuel Barroso. But we start with the debate over achieving greater choice and lower energy prices for Europe's hard-pressed consumers. With a 2014 deadline looming, MEPs have struggled to achieve greater coordination among member states on internal energy market policy, intended to help bring about greater transparency, security, and broader consumer choice. EPP Group Rapporteur Jerzy Buzek sees light at the end of the tunnel. He insisted that success depends on an end to damaging EU market fragmentation, ramping up smart meters and grids to help improve consumer behavior, and decoupling oil prices from gas indexation in order to curb abuses.
If we want to escape from the crisis, we need to be competitive. And competitiveness for the industry largely depends on energy prices. Therefore, single internal market will mean that the producers and suppliers of energy compete so that the prices will fall.
Energy Commissioner Günther Oettinger told the Strasbourg plenary session that a better deal for consumers should be on the way soon.
Our strategy of connecting Europe is something which will become clearer in the autumn when our strategic pipelines take their rightful place in this scenario of increased competition.
Buzek and Oettinger underlined that the future will be about trying to find low-emission energy sources through more innovative energy technology research. That and a healthier regulatory and competitive playing field should help encourage greater investment and create a win-win situation for producers and consumers. Banking union and insider trading, terms associated with close-knit relationships in high finance which have the power to save or wreck a fragile economy like Europe's. Now Parliament has decisively acted after hearing citizens' shock and dismay of repeated insider trading on and manipulation of the main banking interest rate benchmark, the so-called London Interbank Offered Rate, or LIBOR. And most galling, the huge resulting profits amassed by some of the financial world's leading players. Internal Market Commissioner Michel Barnier said he got the message loud and clear to get even tougher on insider greed.
These are things which undermine confidence of the citizens and undermine confidence of investors. That's why I suggested that we strengthen sanctions, and the aim is to create deterrence, to punish, and where necessary, there will be prison sentences for those who behave in the most scandalous fashion.
Hungarian EPP Group member Ildikó Gáll-Pelcz praised the overhaul of the existing 10-year-old market manipulation directive, which does not take account of high-frequency algorithm trading, which has led to near stock market meltdowns in the recent past.
I find the creation of the common framework highly important, as this could make it possible to handle the market in an integrated way in the field of market abuses and strengthen investment confidence.
Preventing future abuses by the EU banking sector was also at the heart of the successful vote this week to strengthen the European Central Bank's future industry oversight through the so-called SSM, or Single Supervisory Mechanism. The amendments, shepherded by EPP Group Rapporteur Marianne Thyssen, are meant to end the vicious circle between banks in financial trouble and governments with budget crises, and also to make the SSM attractive to non-Euro member states. All of this is to ensure that good supervision will make it possible to directly capitalize banks from European emergency funds. 2013 has proved so far to be both a difficult and hopeful year for the EU in many ways, as revealed in the State of the Union debates. Commission President Barroso, in his final State of the Union speech, spoke forcefully on the need to keep to the reform path.
Let's make no mistake. There is no way back to business as usual. Some people believe that after this, everything will come back as it was before. They are wrong. This crisis is different. Those, and we know there are many out there, that are always ready to nationalize success and to Europeanize failure. In 8 months' time, voters will decide. These are our clear priorities: employment and growth. Our job is not finished. It is in its decisive phase.
Joseph Daul, EPP Group Chairman, said there was light at the end of the tunnel on austerity and growth prospects.
Il faut des impulsions au niveau européen pour stimuler la croissance.
We need impetus at European level to stimulate growth through legislation and targeted investments to focus on job creation. We had to clean up our public finances. Certain heads of government had the courage for this. They took vital decisions for the good of their country and the European Union. But fiscal wisdom is not an end in itself. We must continue the reforms. The completion of the single market is part of this. I repeat, a complete single market represents nearly 1% more in growth, and this will not cost €1 more in investment.
Et cela ne coûte pas un euro d'investissement en plus.
During this plenary session, the EPP Group also organized a touching tribute in memory of the Cuban political dissident Osvaldo Paya, the Sakharov Prize's Freedom of Thought winner in 2002. Mr. Paya, who died in Cuba last year in a car crash under controversial circumstances, was always committed to the nonviolent struggle for freedom. Ceremony participants included Chairman of the EPP Group, Joseph Daul, Paya's widow, Ofelia Acevedo, and former Spanish Prime Minister José María Aznar. To honor Paya's memory, participants agreed that the EU should keep up the pressure on Cuba's authorities to respect the rule of law and international justice, as well as allow greater freedom of expression and democracy. That's it from the Strasbourg plenary session. See you again next week from Brussels. You can find out more about the political activities of Parliament's largest political force by going to eppgroup.eu. Thanks for looking in, and see you again soon.